Welcome to this look at a load of new mods, packs, productions, equipment, vehicles on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, these are mods for Friday the 14th of March. I know it's really late. It's taken me a long time to set all of this up. There's a lot of production, and just to make things clear, this has not got the Colossus Harvest, the Colossus pack included. I've done that as a separate video because there was so much in that pack alone. That is a separate video. So if you're on this mod review waiting for that, that is a separate video. We're going to start off here with the Greater Poland House by RolCeb, 19.04 megabytes download, 19 slots, 30,000 to buy. Build mode and farmhouses is where you'll find it. There are no customization options on it. It comes as it is. We've got a sleep trigger at the front here. I'm not even sure if we've got a wardrobe trigger on this one. I think it's just a sleep trigger. I do like this, where you've got the windows, but you've got the plant pots and stuff on the windowsills around the outside. It's a nice bit of detail, nice touch to that. Yeah, I don't think we've got a wardrobe trigger. Just sleep. So there we go. That is the Greater Poland House by RolCeb. Next, we've got the Scrap for the Farm, which is next door. This is by Setka Simulators, 6.97 megabytes download, 13 slots and 11 slots. It's two decorative items just here. One, an old tractor pulled apart and some bits and bobs. I have to say, I do like these as far as it goes for putting stuff around to add a bit of immersion to your farm. I think that's pretty cool. And then the harvester one here. These you'll find under the sort of placeables section, decoration, not under others. Like I say, I'm not going to go in and show every single thing because, like I say, we really do need to speed through. But the level of detail on these is absolutely brilliant. I really do like that. That's by Setka Simulators. Next, we've got the charging station with solar panel. This one's, I say, puzzled me. Interestingly, that looks exactly like the garage that I built on my Let's Play the other day. Isn't that weird? Charging station with solar panels and storage, it says. Hot online team is 8.42 megabytes download, 9 slots. Yeah, just there. 55,499. It says about storage, but there's no option to change anything, customize anything. It is as it is. So when you come over to it, you've got your charging port. So you come over here with whatever electric vehicle you've got. This will flash when you place it. This is flashing green to place. But as far as storage goes, I assume it just means because it's covered, you can put stuff under the cover. And at the end of the day, it's an electric charge point, is what it is. That's the charging station with solar panels and storage by Hot Online Team. If we go above that, you'll see the solar panels on the roof, like so. Next to that, we have got the small sawmill by the Lort. I think this has come over from 22, although so this is small sawmill, 28.14 megabytes download, 16 slots, 10,000 to buy. Build mode and factories is where you'll find it. It's under the factories heading. Putting in is done here. Your sell wood icon is just here. I think I used this on that logging series I did. The floor is lava. Your wood chip, as you can see, will spawn here. And if we click on that, there's our small sawmill. Wood planks, long planks, prefab wall, wood beam, and wood chip. Now, it says in the description that this has the ability to make furniture. I've got no recipe here to make furniture. I did look bottom right to see if in making it, did it take the wood, make planks and furniture, but it doesn't. There's nothing showing at all for furniture. So I'm not too sure with that one. But it is a small sawmill. It will make the things you want to, and you get wood chip as a byproduct. There you go. That's a small sawmill by the Lort. Next we've got the country flags. Just here, there are 6 in this pack. There are a lot of things that had multiples. Country flags for walls by JMZ. 0.66 megabytes download. Build mode and others. These cost 50 each. And they're 2 slots each for the first one. And you can see they flutter in the wind. You can see the 6 variations. Now, depending on the height of the wall, you'll notice that a couple of them I nailed it perfectly. Sat on the wall, no problem at all. A couple of them are a little bit out from the wall. So yeah, it depends on the height of your wall and your placement for them, but they will place on walls if you want to show a bit of patriotism to a particular country, whether it's your country or someone else's. Of those 6 available. So that's the country flags for walls by JMZ. Next we've got this, the Washingarea. This is by Holden, HB Modding. So this is 6.79 megabytes download, 20 slots, 2,500 to buy. You'll find it under build mode and tools as well. There are no customization options. It comes just as it is. But what I will say, bearing in mind, I suppose it is a washing area, not a wash station. There's a lot of detail. There's a lot going on. I have to say the level of detail is quite nice. There's a little bit of flicker I noticed. Could be just the map. It could be, I'm not too sure. But there's a little bit of flicker on the side of the ladder. Nice detailing, but you have to put your own jet washer on this. So whether it's the one that you place and you can move around, or one that you bring over on a trailer or something like that. So you will need to bring your own jet wash. This is just the jet wash area for that. But there you go. That's by Holden HB Modding. Next we've got the beehives. Just here. So this is by MISSYB. The beehives. This is 6.85 megabytes download, 2s and 1s on the slot count. These are FS22 base game ones. There's a couple of bits and bobs here, as you can see. We've got this beehive here, this one here, this one here, this one, the larger Langstruth, and then we've got the bees that come out of the bonnet of the car. They're under there. And then we've also got a placeable point for your honey pallets to spawn. Under build mode, under animals, as far as prices go, 875 for the first one, which is that one there. That one there's 1,000. That one there's 2,500. The car is 1,500. That one is 8 grand, and that one is 12, which isn't too bad for the 33 Langsforth Hive. 12 grand. And then for 200, we've got the placeable point there. You're going to place one per map, but for your honey pallets to spawn, just there. So that's the beehives by MISSYB. Next we've got the calf igloo. I thought this is awesome. Yeah, I mean it is pretty cool. We'll see. So this is by Maxter, the calf igloo, 2.43 megabytes download, 1 slot each, and they will hold 1 animal each, which I really, really like. And the fact we've got baby animals and stuff now is really cool. However, around the side of these, each one of these I've raised them. If you come around to the side here, it gives me the option to close gate. So when you put your animal in, each one's got its dialogue box there. They're all identical. The animal's not actually inside the pen. It's out around the outside of it. So if you leave them open, that's probably okay. But if you were hoping that your calves would be inside, they're not. The feed trigger and the bedding trigger, I actually lifted them all up so I could get some straw in for the bedding as well. Fairly straightforward, but I like the fact if you wanted to run just a few animals and have them from very, very young and grow them right up to full size and then move them in, I think it's a brilliant idea. It's very, very cool. So this you'll find, again, build mode, animals, this is under cows. Just there, $4.99 for each one for the calf igloo. But we also have, we come down to our decorative items, there is a decorative version there for $4.99 as well. So if you just want one to have around the side of your farm, you can, but these ones will actually take 1 animal in each. I like that. That's cool. That's the calf igloo by Maxter. Next we've got the ArtMaster 2K25 pack by Vanquish081, 18.18 megabyte download. Each one is 16 slots. Prices vary. These are productions for producing various different things around your farm. Build mode and factories. Yep, there we go. Then we've got 2 in each of these. So the RolCeb here is turning your stones to lime, and when you fill it up, it fills up at the front. Now you'll see this one here is 12,500. Has this point here, that's for your liquids. This point here hasn't got a grill or a grate because you have to put into the top on this one. If you don't want to put into the top, each one has one that's a little bit more expensive for 17,500, which has a grate or a grill. So all the rest of them I've done like that. So the next one along is your 30 Master. We've got 19,500 or 24,500. So you notice all of these now, all the rest of them have got a grill on the floor. We've got a Pig Master, 22,500 or 27,500. Mix Master, which does your total mix ration, 27.5 or 32.5. And then we've got Seed Master, which is over the back there. That one is 9.5 or 14.5 for those. Now this is where I got to a point, I was filling all these up and thought there are too many productions today. I cannot fill them all up and show them all being operated and go through all the menus and recipes because it was going to take just way too long. But I say this first one you've got to put in the top, and you'll see the trigger is just above it, just there. These ones you can put both in liquids and whatever else on the floor. But as far as the recipes go, let's just click on this very quickly just so you can see what they do. managed production plant. So the RolCeb requires stones and water. It will produce lime. I haven't run any of them yet. Cycles per month are quite high. Recipes are fairly low. But because the cycles per month are quite high, they should run fairly quickly. I haven't put any other on. The Pigmaster one there, that requires potatoes, water and wheat. And again, cycles per month are high. Recipes aren't, but it should still run. There you go, look, pig food already. 3 litres, and that's going to chug already. The RolCeb already at 10 litres. These won't hang about. The Seedmaster, liquid fertiliser and wheat, again, should run at a fair speed. And then there's our Fertimaster. So that requires manure, slurry and stones. And that will give you solid fertiliser out. And then there was one more. Did I do the Mixmaster? That's the hay, silage, straw and water. No mineral feed on that one for doing total mix ration. And again, if we switch that on, that will start chugging straight away. So if we go back down, let's have a look at our Fertimaster, already 257 litres. Come down to, how's our Mixmaster is 122. Pigmaster 649. These things are rocketing along. So as far as it goes for production of various different things you may want or need around your farm, you see these have all got the fill limit in. That one has got stuff in but hasn't got the fill, but you can see the things spinning as well, producing with various different things. Your ins, your outs, you shake it all about, so fairly straightforward. There's your taking out on there. That's the ArtMaster 2K25 pack by Vanquish 081. Behind that we've got diesel production. I think some of these I put odds and ends in. So this by LSFactoryMODS, 12.11 megabytes download, 22 slots, 102,000 to buy. Again, under build mode and factories is where you'll find it. Taking out is done here. Actually, the recipe on this was pretty good if I recall. Putting in was done here. Where was my manage? Oh, yeah, around the back here. So, click on that. So our diesel production, you can either do canola, soybean or sunflower with water. And again, the recipe cycles per month are quite low, but the recipe was high. So you see the canola to diesel, 1,000 and 1,000 give you 750. Water's free, depending on where you get it from. So it's just your canola. So you're losing a little bit. I didn't put the soybean or sunflower in because the amount you put in is the same for each one. The recipes are the same for each one. 1,000, 1,000 to 750. So let's turn the canola on and running. And again, because the cycles are fairly high, the recipe's fairly high, there you go. We've already got diesel being produced. And then you take your diesel out round at the front. So if you've got any one of those and a bit of water, you can produce your own diesel. Either use it for your vehicles or make a bit of extra money. Very nice indeed. Diesel production by LSFactoryMODS. Next behind that, we've got the production pack. So this is by the Lort, 2.36 megabytes download. They're 3 slots each, 20,000 each. Build mode and factories, there we go. 20,000 for each one. And again, I don't think I put stuff in all of them. Taking out is done there, putting in is done there on all 3. There's no customization options, they come as they are. So this is mixed ration. Hay, mineral feed, silage and straw is required. So you're going to need mineral feed as well on this one. And again, recipe's not bad. Cycles per month aren't high, but they'll do the job. Then we've got next door. Actually, rather than try and scroll through, let's just whiz across. It'll be a bit quicker and easier, I guess. Click on that one. The silage production. This I did put in. So we can do incoming material, chaff, outgoing silage. Again, this is a 1,000 to 1,000. Cycles per month, not great, but the recipe itself should enable you to get a fair amount of silage out fairly quickly. There you go, 1 litre already and going. And then move across to this one here. Was this one the pig food? This is the pig food mixer. Potatoes, sugar beet and wheat in. Pig food out. Again, the recipe is 250, 500 and 250, so it's a 1-to-1. You're not losing anything in the pig food production at all. That was your pig food. Awesome stuff. That's the productions pack by the Lort. Next is the production point pack by Puma 145, 109.82 megabytes download. Now, because I got some of them out. Now, these are the FS22 base game productions, but the ones that I put out and placed, I'm going to show you in here, because these do have the FS25 productions within them. So the buildings are the FS22 ones, but as you can see here, we got rice flour, And we got cake from rice flour. The dairy has all the buffalo milk, buffalo mozzarella, goat milk and stuff like that. So whilst they are the buildings, the grain mill, again, we got rice flours from long grain rice and normal rice. What else did I have? The oil mill, again, we'll do your rice, oil. So I'm not getting them all out, but what we will do is go into here, and you'll see if we go back up again, there are loads of them, and I'm not going to put them all out and go through all of the slot counts and all prices, but we've got 2 bakeries, that one there and that one there. We've got a carpentry, we've got 2 dairies, we've got the grain mill, oil mill, spinnery, grape processing, the other spinnery, sugar mill, and tailor shop. And these are put up on the hill just over here, so you can see they are the FS22 versions of the buildings. So if you're feeling nostalgic and you want to have the FS22 versions on FS25, like I say, I placed these just to show that these do have the FS25 productions within them. And again, I'm not going through all the capacities and the recipes because there are just too many. I would not get it all done. I'm trying as best I can not to make it a 2-parter, but I think we might end up being 2-part anyway, but we'll see how we go. So that's the production points pack by Puma 145. Next we've got this, the grass fermenting silage silo by 2-bit modding, 19.12 megabytes download, 11 slots, 65,000 to buy. Build mode, was this factories as well, or was this silos? Just there, 65 grand. And this one does grass or hay in, I think it was. If we do grass silage, I put a little bit of grass in there. Again, 1-to-1 on the recipe. Cycles per month aren't up there, but they're okay. Let's put that one on. And if you're going to do hay silage, you need to do hay and water. So it will require water, I guess, just to soften it up and, you know, a little bit. But we've already got 9 litres of silage being produced. So as you can see, it doesn't hang about. It will get cracking right along. I do like the detail of the brickwork on that. That's very cool. So there you go. That is the grass fermenting silage silo by 2-bit modding. Pack of tin garages. There are 3 in this pack. They are individual mods, but they're all identical, so I've only got 1 out. This is 1.83 megabytes download by Cookson. 4 slots, 500 each. Build mode and sheds. And you'll see, there we go. So you've got the black car garage, silver car garage, or the green car garage. All there, 500. As I said, open the doors in the front. There's no lighting. I mean, you can put whatever you want in there. Obviously, you know, you're not going to get a harvester in it, but you might want to use it as a storage shed, put in a vehicle in, or bales, or whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. Pack of tin car garages by Cookson. Next, we've got this just here. This has got a lot of detail on this. A small garage with a workshop. This is by Xani 317, 4.19 megabytes download. 57 slots. 10,000 to buy. You'll find this under build mode and tools. This is just repair, not repair and repaint as far as it goes. But like I said, we have got a light switch just here on the outside. Turn that on. But the level of detail, the corn cobs hanging up, it's very well made and detailed. Really nice indeed. Side door there, main door here. Now what I will say is, I put a vehicle on the inside of this, and it picked it up on the trigger on the inside. To get it out the front, I had to put the front wheels of the tractor just inside the door. Pulling up outside, it wouldn't recognise the fact there was anything out here. So doing larger vehicles might be a little bit tricky. But as you can see inside, we've got our trigger there for our vehicle repair. And like I say, this will just do repair, doesn't do repair and repaint. So there you go. A small garage with workshop by Xani 317. Next, we've got behind the hall. There are 2 in this pack. They are mirror images of each other, so I've only put 1 out. So this is the hall, 45 by 20 meters by Neyluu. 7.39 megabytes download, 6 slots, 85,000 each. R3 on the customization just changes the color option. These come dark green, but obviously we've got a pink, purple, not purple, pinkish salmon. I don't know. Build mode and sheds, and they are just here. So there you go. 85 grand, 85 grand. The difference between that one has got the door on the right hand side along the side. That one has got the door, swing that round, on the other side. So they are just a mirror image of each other. So depending on what side you want your side door, but these are pretty cavernous, plenty of space in them. Small door there, larger door here in, and our light switch was this side just here. There we go. Turn on our shed lights. That's a customization option. R3, press it down, and it'll give you the option to change the colour of the building. Hall, 45 by 20 metre by Neyluu. Next, we've got the attic. Just here, again, really nicely detailed on this. 15.89 megabytes download, 41 slots, 22,000 to buy by MA7 Studio. This you'll find under build mode and sheds as well. 22 grand just there. Again, no customization options on this, but the level of detail on it, again, really very cool indeed. I do like the hearts on the doors as well. It's little touches. Each of the doors sets, should I say, open out. Little plant pots and stuff around. There's no workshop trigger or anything in there. I was looking to see if there was a trigger for removing the decorative items inside, but I couldn't find one. That's not to say there isn't one, but I didn't come across one. I come over to the box over here just in case, but that's for our lights on and off there. And no option to switch off the decoration on that. That's very nice. That's the attic by MA7 Studio. Next, we need to go up onto the hillside. We have got these. This is the multifunction sheds by MA7 Studios. 78.6 megabytes download. We have got a cow shed, 16 slots, 84,000 to buy. Will hold 35 cows. That's in front of us. Standard shed, 11 slots, 64,000. You find that under build mode and sheds. And the silo, that is a bale and pallet storage. You'll find on silos. 12 slots, also 64,000. Will hold 250 items. So our cow barn, just here. Dialogue box is here. These gates do open, as do these ones that open out onto the pen. You can close these gates, but the cows will still go through them. So if you want to kind of, I guess, a more realistic thing, you can open those. We do have the option of feed and bedding, was along the front just here. We can actually turn these off, which is a bit weird actually. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to, you can have all of this open and you could have a fence all the way around it if you wanted to put it in the middle of a field and have them wander. They're not going to go beyond this. When you place this, you do have the ability to extend it and make the actual pasture bit around it bigger. So you could do to a degree. And you have got the option for meadow grass as well on that if you want to. If I put those back, there you go, puts them back into place. And our light switch was just here. Turn on or off the light on the barn. Across the way is just a standard shed. So the same shed, just doesn't have all the cow paraphernalia. No option for turning anything on or off because there's no fencing inside it. Light switch is in the same location. Then over here, we've got our bale and pallet storage. Again, same building. Putting in is done just here. And then taking out is done just here. Pick whichever item we want from our bale and pallet storage. Click on it. And the bale should appear. There you go. Or whatever it is you've picked will appear at the front. What I do like about these, actually, I was going to say, the weathering is absolutely fantastic. Little details like this, where the drain pipe coming down is just a little bit broken off to one side. Again, just adds a little bit of character to it, just a little bit extra. That's really very cool. So that's the multifunction sheds by MA7 Studios. Next, we have got just here, this is representative of two, the Silo Deep Ranch by naimog mod. This is 20.42 megabytes download, 7 slots and 5 slots. This one is 1 million litre capacity and the other one is 6 million litre capacity. They are standard crop types. They are not multi-fruit silos. Putting into the silos done here where the grate is. This is something to be aware of as well when you place things down. A lot of things now don't have a base on them to allow you to put down whatever basing you want to. So if you want to have a concrete base below that or something else, well, I suppose, I don't know if you get away with putting a pit in underneath that to make it look like you were tipping into a hole. Maybe, I've never really tried that. I couldn't find a light switch inside there either. But build mode and silos is where you'll find it. There you go, that's the one I've placed there. No customization options, and that's your bigger one. That's your 6 million. It's a bit of a beastie, very big. I say no customization options. It comes just like that. 95 grand and 175,000 pound respectively. Those are the Silo Deep Ranch by naimog mod. Next we move on to the Seeds Addon. This by ModPassion. 20.53 megabytes download. Ones on the slot counts. What is cool about this pack is, if we come down to here, one is the prices. If we look at the prices, if you've played the game for a bit, you kind of get an idea of the prices for your base game stuff. 1,000 litres of seed is about 1,260. If we go to our big bag pallets 1,260, similar price. If we go down to this pack here, this seed add-on pack gives you each individual seed type, how it would be in the real world. So rather than just have seeds, you have got barley seeds, canola seeds, cotton seeds. So you can come and buy the individual seeds you want for a particular crop. Adds a whole level of immersion, but also look at the price. 800 for 1,000 litres. So cheaper than the base game stuff. And you see there's absolutely loads here. Red beet, sugar beet, soybean, all of it's here. Carrot seeds, parsnips, green bean, peas, spinach. And then move on to the liftable bales and pallet stuff. There you go. Long grain rice, rice ones. So there's all of those. We come into this. We've also got them in here, which is brilliant as well. I like all the different colours, different details. Each one's got a different icon on it, which is brilliant. And again, price is a little bit more expensive because these are more a pallet rather than just a bag. So it's a little bit more expensive, but still cheaper than the base game stuff. Come across to this one here, and we've got them on pallets like this as well. Again, a little bit more expensive, again, because I guess you're paying for the pallet, maybe, I'm not sure. But we've also got individual bags if we come further down here. So for 20, we've got 25 litre bags. So if you want to throw a load of bags into the back of a pickup and stuff, again, add into that immersion, that's absolutely brilliant. So I love the fact it's all in here. I love the detail. I love the fact it's all there. And the prices. But the notes on this comes with a proviso. You will see here, as we go down, where are we? It says, there you go, seed add-on pack. So all of these seeders have been added in, all the base game seeders have been added in on the seed add-on pack. It does say in the description for this seed add-on pack, these will only work with the compatible seeders or ones that have been made compatible. So if you've already got a seeder or planter, those bags won't necessarily work with the one you've got, especially if it's a base game one or potentially even a modded one. So if you're wondering why, if you've gone and bought a load of this seed and stuff and you can't get it to go into your seeder or planter, you may need to buy one of the already adjusted and customized ones. And the planters, there's the same thing. We come down till we get to them. There you go, seed add-on pack. So all the planters and stuff are here for the seed add-on pack, which makes them compatible with those bags and pallets of seed, etc. So yeah, that's the seed add-on pack. I didn't need to go into, I don't need to get them all out to show you. That's where they all are. Prices are good, and yeah, that's just consider that when you're thinking about using it. Next, we've got this. This is also very cool today. This is the Lizard M20D by Nico Do 55. 1.3 megabyte download. You'll find it under front loaders initially for 2 slots. This is a bit of a kind of a game changery type thing as well. It's one of those kind of, you look and think, oh yeah, all right then, and then you read the description and go, oh, all right. So if we go to our front loader tools here, you'll find it under front loader tools just there, the M20D. If we go into telehandler tools, you'll find it on telehandler tools 2. And if we come to our wheel loader tools, it's not under skid steer loader tools, unfortunately. I don't think it is. You'll find it there. So in each of the categories, but when you click on it, it gives you the option to change it there. Front loader, telehandler, wheel loader. That says Q bracket, and that says 3-point, but there's not a skid steer loader option. But then it says tension belts, standard or tension belts. Now, if you leave it standard, those forks have a collision. You can stick them into bales, lift bales up, move them around to your heart's content. If you put it onto tension belts, those spikes don't have a collision, and you can it's got a tension belt option on it to grab bales and stuff with tension belts, but not potentially just bales. And the fact that you can put it 3-point front loader, telehandler, wheel loader as well, we can change the colour option on there too. So the first version I've got here is your standard. So you'll see what's great about this as well is it L1, R1? L1, R1 and right stick up and down. We can raise and lower that, so depending on how many bales or whatever it is you're doing, you can click it up and down. So you'll see as we go into this, it will slot onto the bales, and you'll see bottom right is showing that we've got straw bales, it's got a collision, it's picked them up, and we're good to go. Now, there's no strap option on the one that's standard. Whoa, didn't mean to do that, meant to disconnect first. Oh, actually, I've got the other one on there. Didn't need to use that again. So this one has got the tension belt option. There's no collision on these forks, so just went all the way through them. So let's get this on. I've got this on telehandler, as you can see. if we come up to the bags, the forks that will go straight through because there's no collision on those forks. But if I come down like that and go to there and now press my tension belt option, fasten tension belts. So I thought, well, it won't just work with bales then, will it? It will work with pallets, it will work with anything. Will it work with logs as well? So if you're doing your logging and you don't like having to use log grabs and stuff like that. Now we have got a setup already, but that requires a couple of different things put together. So I tried like that, and it will, but it would only do the front one. So I think it only extends really as far as the forks go. So then I thought, well, what about if I tilt it that way? If I extend that up and then do it that way, that'll work, won't it? So I did that, and you know what? It jolly well does. So something that just seemed like, oh yeah, we've got another bale spike. No, there's a little bit more to it. It's got a bit of a trick up its sleeve. I like that a lot. That's the Lizard M20D by Nico Do 55. Next, again, this one I haven't got all of these out, but I will show you in here. So I think it's under all sections. If we come to front of the tools and we come down... Oh no, I did get one out. Hang on a second. I'm telling porky pies. Right, we got one out. So, under front of the tools, if we come down to here, we have got... Where are we? Quicke Bale Tools. Just here. So, Quicke Bale Tools by AEN Design, 21.55 megabytes download. These are 2s and 3s on the slot count. So, we've got bale spike. We've got 140 centimetre, 190 centimetre are the two options. We've then got 2, 3 or 5... Sorry, 2, 3, 4 or 5 spikes. Front loader, wheel loader, skid steer loader, telehandler options. And then we've got attachers, big bag lifter. So, if you want to do big bags with it as well. Upper tines, back to standard. So, that's that one. We've got this one here, which is basically just the same options for attacher type, and we can change the tine colour. We've got this one, bale grab, front loader again. We've got the same options, front loader, wheel loader, skid steer loader, telehandler. We'll take that for granted for all of them, or take it as red for all of them. This flexi grip I've got out because I wanted to show you something. So we've got 160 and 200. We've then got tip guards, yes or no. And then we've got the same options for connection. We've got this one here. So rollers 127 and 89. So if you want to get under smaller bales, you might not necessarily want the bigger rollers, you might want the smaller rollers. Same for attachment, and then design colour we can change there. And then this one here, we've got standard, tip guard, length 135, length 160, and the same for our connection options. Now this you'll find in all the categories. We go to telehandler tools, you'll see them here. There you go. There's our Quicke Bale tools, so they're under there. They're under wheel loader tools. I don't think they're under skid steer loader, were they? I'll double check that. Yes, they're all under here. And then, oh, it must have been, yeah, because I just said it's an option for connection. So all the same things, they're just in there in each different section. Now I got this one out. I thought, well, that goes up to 200. That's quite big. I wonder, can a guy, will this pick up a cotton bale? It will do bigger bales, which is great. Now I need to come up to the top because that top thing is to stop the bales tipping away from you. That's kind of the point behind it. So if I bring that down so that kind of sits on the top of that and then close it, it only does, you know, look. But that's one of the items out of the pack, and it's pretty, you know, it's holding on to it pretty well, I have to say. That's very cool. I like that, the flexi grip. So, that is the Quicke Bale Tools by AEN Design. Next, onto the small tools package, which is just here. We've got 4 items in this. This is by Dogface, 8.5 megabytes download. We've got a plough, 3 slots, 0.5 metres wide. A cultivator, 2 slots, 2.4 metres wide. 2 weeders, both are 4 slots. One is 2 metres, one is 3 metres. I've gone for the 3 metre option. These require very low horsepower. 1,250, 12 horsepower required for that. We can have attacher big or small. It's difficult to see that one. And then we can change the chassis colour. We go to our cultivators, and there's our Raba cultivator there. 2.5 metre, 30 horsepower required on that. We can change the chassis colour. Then we come down. Now, I've only got big weeds at the moment, so unfortunately this will only do small weeds. There you go. So that one 35 horsepower, that one 15 horsepower. So the 2 metre only 15, and the 3 metre 35 horsepower. Again, chassis colour options on both of those. for doing your weeding of small weeds in the first growth stage, which none of mine are. So I've got the weeder out. I can't actually show you it doing any weeding because, like I say, ours are all... We've got monster weeds at the moment. And you probably already know what a plough does and how it works, but I thought, you know, I think it's only got 73 horsepower, this thing, but drop it down and away we go. We can create fields as well, which means we can extend fields or create our own. Can you imagine creating your own field with this? It would take you forever. But anyway, that's the plough option on it. Let's disconnect that. Then we'll go to the cultivator and check that out. I'm going as fast as I can, honest. We've got a few more bits to do. We'll get there. So there's the rubber, 2.5 metres of cultivating goodness. Low horsepower requirement. It will get said jobs done. There you go. So that is the Small Tools package by Dogface. Next, just here. It's like sometimes I do know what I'm doing. This is the K700 sliding shield own construction by Dorobi66 and Ostblock Gaming. 8.7 megabytes download, 4 slots, 4.2 meters wide. This is designed to go on the K700 tractor. I don't think we've got the K700 on console yet on FS25, have we? So I've just put it onto the McCormick. But this is a leveler for silage clamps, but you'll find this under the levelers section, which should be just there. There you go, 3,450. Options this, we can change the main colour. 3-point link attach. And we can raise and lower manually, up and down. We can tilt manually, or we can raise and lower by pressing circle, up and down. But if you want to get to a particular height, you might want to manually adjust it. And we'll come onto our clamp. It will push stuff up, whether it's silage, whether it's the chaff in the clamp. Obviously, the bigger your tractor, the better the pushing power. There you go. It's a leveler. That's what it does. And it's doing a mighty fine job. We do have 4 lights in the front of this as well. There you go. So for lighting your way while you're doing your silage leveling, it will do the job. K700 sliding shield own construction by Dorobi66 and Ostblock Gaming. Next. Actually, we'll do this next, well, as soon as we're here. This is rather nice. This is the... It's on a different piece of paper because I've got a lot of notes today. This is the MAN TGS 18 series by VAgri. It's 27.24 megabytes download and 18 slots. As you can see, front 3-point link, very handy. Well, it's also got, which a lot of lorries don't have, they have the 5th wheel attacher for your trailers. They don't always have rear trailer attachers, so you can attach to all sorts of stuff with this. Makes it a very versatile piece of kit. So you'll find this under your trucks. Just there, 130 grand for the base model. Now we've got 60 km per hour or 80 km per hour options. So we've got 400 horsepower, 440, we've got 460, 480, 500, 510, and I think it goes back again. So I think I went for the 510. Of course I did. We've got Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, Continental, which puts us down on those, back to Trelleborg, standard, wide, and then what do we have in these? There was a few different ones, some proper chunky ones. Which one was it? Vredestein? Wide 2, there you go, wide 2, back again. I think that's what I went for, the wide 2. Continentals were your sort of more standard lorry tyres. Warning signs, we got 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, or off again. Halogen or LED bulbs. We've got top lights now. I've got this bugbear I've got with lights that sometimes are on the top, lights here. If you're on PC and you've got the option for high beams, that's fine. On console, for some reason, we never seem to get there. There must be a button configuration for it that could be programmed. But anyway, they don't work. You can put them on. The indicators do, but the lights don't. Front flashlights, we've got 2 on the front, 2 a little bit higher, 2 at the bottom, or all 4. The MAN logo can light up if you want it to. Light protection, put some grids around your front lights to protect those. Front attacher, 3-point link. Front pull mouth, or standard, I went for that. And then frame colour does the bottom section, like that. Oh no, sorry, that's the frame, what we're talking about. Design color does the bottom section, like that. Main color does the top section. Let's go with that, just so you can see. Cool. Oh, this is on the front, so this is your cover down here. Yellow, will that sound? No, of course it's yellow already. Blue, there we go. Does that section. Rim color does your rim, and license plate option on there too. So, I have to say, like I say, having the front 3-point link, very cool indeed. Sorry if you're wearing headphones. Beacons. If you've gone for the flashing units, and they've got the top beacons as well. Lights, 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 but those ones there don't come on. The indicators on there do, but the lights don't. Is what it is. Can't do a lot about it. So with the wide track on that as well, and that rear trailer hitch, I did try on a couple of things. It does hook up to various different things. It's very cool indeed. And the interior, not bad at all. There you go. That's the MAN TGS 18 series by V Agri. Next, we've got this. So this is the SIP Fabric 254 by Privat Olden Farm SLMTWD Maurice 3001. 4.09 megabytes download. Tedder, 5 slots under the Tedder section, and then the wind rower flap is 2 slots under the wind rowers section. Now, the way I kind of understood this is a Tedder, so you drop it down and Ted, but it would appear it's not. You have to have this on here anyway, but you can raise and lower it, so this is a separate section that comes on. You'll find it, as I said, under Tedders, just there. So there's the Fabric 254 Tedder for £5 grand, 2.5 meters wide, SIP Fabric or SIP Nussel Vario, like that. 20 horsepower required, that's all. If we come into our windrower section, just there you've got the windrower flap, and you can have it in either colour to match up if you want to as well. Now, so I just thought, well, that's quite cool. If we turn it on, drop it down, and we'll go along, and that will that'll Ted, but it's not, because it's not for some reason. I don't know why it's not. It's just not. It's not doing the thing it's supposed to do. So I thought, well, okay, well then I guess then you've just got to attach that to it. So put that next to it there. You can pick it up by hand, as you can see. We'll attach that. Now L1 and right stick side to side. Start the engine. Does that and puts out of the way. Brilliant. So that's now on. We do also have the option L1 and right stick up and down. We can raise and lower that whole unit. I don't know if that's for hillsides or something like that. Whether that's in the real world, you can raise and lower that unit like that. There you go. So if I turn it on now, look, it's putting it all over the place. It is still tedding, but it's not tedding in line with where it is. It's flicking it all over the place. So I guess then the point behind that is, put that down like that, it should just put out to the board. But now it's not tedding, it's just windrowing. So it's an odd thing, is that if you put that down, it's just a windrower. If you put that up, it will TED, but it does it in a very, very odd. So it is still, I mean, I suppose because the way it spins, but it's weird how sometimes it flicks it miles away, and other times it leaves it as it is. But anyway, that's what it does. It's a Tedder and windrower. The SIP Fabric 254 by Privat Olden Farm SLMTWD Maurice 3001. Next, we've got this. This is the Juskin Cargo by Dyson's Agri 54.06 megabytes download. 5 slots, 4 slots and 7 slots. It's 5 slots for the back. This is not an IT runner back. It doesn't have a hook. This just drives underneath. So 5 slots for the back. We've got that container there, which is 4 slots, then 7 slots for the slurry. Now this can be a tanker or a spreader. In spreader configuration, you do need an attachment. it won't spread on its own. There's a 3-point link that you will need to attach it to something to get it to work. You will find this under, next to the trailer section, changing systems, just there. 27 grand for that. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, PKT, Vredestein, back again. Design colour. Or you can pick. No, that's your design colour, does that. Rim colour, does your rims for that option. Then we've got the Drakkar Cargo, 42,000. We'll take pretty much anything. Configuration standard, 35,000 or 50,500 with the extension on there. License plate option on there too. And then the Vacuum Cargo, which is your slurry tanker or spreader. We've got long pipe or short pipe, depending on which you'd rather go for any kind of immersion. Chassis colour, green, grey, Fent 2, Fent 3, back to green, and then where we go. And then we've got transfer tank, so that's just a tank for taking it out and tanking, or normal lift, which puts a 3-point link on the back for hooking up to other items. So like I say, there's no IT runner bit for this. You just back underneath, hook up, like so. Now we do have the option on this, once it's done that. L1, where are we? Let's go to that. Where was it? Yeah, that button there says R1, action. I pressed down on the D-pad and nothing's happening. I couldn't work out what that was doing. That one, move up. So that raises the whole lot up, lifts the whole thing. Oh yeah, R1 and right stick up and down, we can adjust the angle so we can get our 3 wheels sat nice and level depending on what you're doing. Then we've got, it was just tip side back, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was just tip side back, yeah. I could have sworn we had an axle option on that. Let me just switch to that. Tip side back, tip side grain door. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's the trailer option. And then if we go and grab the other, I should have lined this up, shouldn't I, first? Saved a bit of time. This one's got an interesting little quirk to it that requires folding and unfolding, and that's for the pipe. You can only detach it when it's unfolded. I'll show you in just a second. I'll also show you this will need to be hooked up to something else, but that's fine as well. Let's get under the legs of that. There you go. Let's give me the option on that one, but not the other one. Where it says mount axle, L1, mount axle, raise that front axle up. I thought the other one did the same thing. Right, so we have at the front here, L1, right stick side to side does that, and up and down does that. So you can adjust that to your heart's content. When you bring it back up again, it will only go to that position. That's as far as it will go. If you want it to go back into the tanker, you have to fold it. Fold slurry tanker, puts that all the way like that. No problem at all. Right, let's back up, hook up to our attachment on the back because we're going to need the attachment. We'll also unfold that attachment. We've got 22,000 or 25,000 litres? I can't remember what it said. Is it 25.5? So if we turn it all on, drop it down. So depending on what back you've got on it, whether it's cultivating or just a drag hose or whatever it's doing, it will then do your slurry spreading job, slurry or digestate, whatever it is you're using. So what we're going to do is, let me disconnect that as it is, it will. Now, if I want to disconnect the trailer now, I can, look, it says it won't let you. You have to unfold that front section to be able to detach it. So the same thing with this. If you're trying to detach it and can't work out why, unfold the slurry tanker, which brings that pipe out of the way. When the pipe moves like that, then it gives you the option to detach. I think it's because that pipe and the stuff will hang down in the way of where you're going to drive. So it just moves out of the way. There you go. There's a thing and no mistake. So that is the Joskin Cargo by Dyson's Agri, 54.06 megabytes to download. Next, and while we're here, let's whiz across the way. I've got 2 more to do, or 3 more to do. I need to be quicker. We've got the drive laner. If you like your tram lines, if you like doing stuff with tram lines, this is the thing. The drive laner by ITS, 243.32 megabytes download, various on the slot counts. 1 slot on 1000 for the actual this little bit, which is in essence this is it, but this is another pack that comes with absolutely everything. So all your seeders and planters, you probably saw when we were in there earlier, are all duplicated to say drive laner. So there's your drive laner mod there. The drive laner mod is in seeders and under planters is the same drive laner mod. So where is it? Just there. But then all of these that say drive laner are what it needs to attach to. So if you want to use the drive laner mod, you've got to use the drive laner compatible seeder or spreader. I tried it with the base game one and it wouldn't hook up. It wouldn't accept it. So you have to use a base game one. Interestingly, there is also under power harrows. There you go. Look, drive laner mod. Only one. Nothing on disc harrows, cultivator, or anything like that. Just under power harrows, which was curious. So the drive laner mod, yeah, in essence, you can either do it on every single row, or you can do it every so many rows and put it in. So when you do your spraying or whatever, this works a lot better now, I would say, on console, especially now we've got the GPS. Now, I don't need to actually have the seeder turned on for this, but if I back up, it'll give me the option to hook up. So I've got a compatible seeder, attach it, and it, there you go, it's kind of out to the side. Now I can, if I get this right, if I fold cultivator, it puts it away, so you can't see it at all. If I unfold cultivator, you'll see it sticks out to the back now. I've got the option for, I've got to get this right. Is it right stick up and down? There you go. Right stick up and down. Then we can see that. Bottom right, there you go. So we can raise it and lower it. Under L1, R1, sorry, L1 and R1. There we go. Raise tool, we can go side to side. So we can go from, I think it's 2 meters out, it's out to 6. So depending on how far we want our lines to be. So if I lower my seeder down now, and then what we'll do is we'll lower that down into place like that, so it's touching the ground. There you go. So as I drive forward now, you'll see it's leaving those lines behind, which is where, now what you would normally do, because that's not matching up with my tyres, which doesn't make any sense. So what you would do is raise it up and then bring it in, he says, bring it in. Where are we? To match where my tyres are. You can see where my tyres have been already. So match where my tyres are, then bring it back down again. So that's going to leave those lanes behind. Now if I turn my seeder on, so we are now seeding as well, but it's leaving those 2 lines where my tyres have been. So when the crops grow, you will have those 2 lines in there. And like I say, with using the GPS system now, what you might do is 1 row to allow for where your sprayer's going to go, and then maybe do 2 rows with it raised, then do another row with it down, so that when all the crops grow, you get those lovely tram lines in your crops. That's how the drive laner works. It's fairly straightforward, fairly simple when you get it hooked up. I always remember it being a lot more complicated than that, but that's nice and straightforward. There you go. That's the drive laner by ITS. Next, we've got this. This is the Landol 7431 VT 33 foot by BC Bueller. It is 13.98 megabytes download, 8 slots, 10.1 meters wide, 300 horsepower required. It is a vertical tillage tool. Now you can have it as disc harrow and mulcher all in one. Disc harrow on its own, mulcher on its own. I've gone for the combined, but if you go for the disc harrow on its own, it will just disc harrow. If you go for the mulcher on its own, it will act as a mulcher and it won't disc harrow. I've gone for the kind of combined option. Must go quicker. So under disc harrows is where you'll find it. There's our Landol, 80 grand. So like I said, we've got mulcher and disc harrow on its own, mulcher on its own. Nice and straightforward. Unfold. Disc harrows are normally shallow cultivators. Nice smooth unfold on that. So they shouldn't bring up stones. There you go, it's doing the job. If it was just in mulcher configuration, if you've got stubble and stuff left behind, it will do the mulching job. But if you don't want it to do the mulching job, I mean, like I say, this has got, it says it's both combined. There's no option to switch it. It is what it is. Oh, we do have the option as well to tilt. So if you want to go through it again, a bit more realism, L1, R1 and right stick side to side, we can tilt. So if you want the front to dig in a little bit more than the back, or the back to dig in more than the front, again, it's just to add a bit of immersion to it. You can. 10.1 meters of cultivating, disc harrowing, or mulching goodness from Landol and BC Bueller, of course, which hopefully, if I've got this right and we're under time, brings me on to the last of the mods for today, not today, Friday. Honestly, the time it's taken. We've got this, and it's this pack here. So this is the Animal Transports by Lamai. It's 10.4 megabytes download, 5 slots and 7 slots. We've got the pickup with built-in. This will take 2 animals of different types. As you can see, we've got goats in that one. This is the Western one, which is standard, just does horses. In this configuration, we've got coos in there, so this does all sorts of stuff now. Now, what you will need to do, every time I backed into the point here at the animal dealers, so if I back into seller, it only picks up the pickup. Let me try, I'll show you what I mean. If I was going to come here to sell my animals, if I click on this now, it's only showing the pickup. But, let me see if I can do it from here. If I go into the actual option there, it's still showing that. If I disconnect it and drive forward, this also has the option for, let's unfold the car. That's cool. If we go back to here, with just the trailer in place, and now do it. Why is that doing? What's going on? I'm not the car, Iglu. It worked earlier when I was trying to load them up. Maybe it's just the unloading thing. That's peculiar. Anyway. It worked fine loading. Right, so I got right to the end until something went horribly wrong. Animal Transports is where you'll find them. There you go. So there's your Big Master Western WCF, 13 grand. We've got standard, setup, or standard 2. Chassis colour, pick anything on that palette like that. Design colour does the actual lettering, writing on the side. It's actually the white stands out better than most stuff on most colours, unless you've gone white, of course. But this gives you the option for 2 cows, 2 horses, 4 pigs, or 4 sheep or goats. And then the actual international itself, now you can't take that back off, that is fixed in place. But our chassis colour does the main vehicle, rim colour does the rim option, like that. Again, fairly straightforward. License plate option on there. This one will only do 2 of pigs or 2 of sheep or goats. It won't do cows or horses because there's not enough room. The minute you get to where you're going and you load, unload, do what you need to do. So we can fold up the livestock trailer, close the cover, which closes the back as well. I just wanted to be able to see the cows in there. That's quite cool. And there you go. A couple of livestock vehicles, 4 moving animals around, and that's it. Did I get all in one? I was trying to avoid doing it in 2 videos because we did speed through a lot of stuff, but it was the only way I could really think of doing it. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.